Alright, YouTubers, welcome back to War Thunder with the Angry Nerd. And today we are once again in the Air Forces portion of the game, and we are currently looking at the British Mustang Mk I premium single-seat fighter. Now, the North American Mustang Mk I is a British premium single-seat fighter sitting at Tier 3 with a battle rating of 5.7. The Mustang Mk I cost 1,850 Golden Eagles and provides a 90% plus 90% reward and a plus 208 research point bonus. So you can rack up lots of reward and lots of research with this aircraft. The North American P-51 Mustang was an American fighter designed in early 1940 and is considered by some to be the best U.S. fighter of World War II. It was widely exported to countries in Europe, Asia, Africa, and South America. The P-51 participated in the Korean War and other post-World War II conflicts. The British designation of the original production model of the P-51 was the Mustang Mk I. The first production contract was awarded by the British to North American for 320 NA-73 fighters, named Mustang Mk I by an anonymous member of the British Purchasing Commission. A second British contract soon followed, which called for 300 more NA-83 Mustang Mk Is. Contractual arrangements were also made for 2 aircraft from the first order to be delivered to the United States Army Air Corps for evaluation. These 2 airframes, 41-038 and 039 respectively, were designated XP-51. The first RAF Mustang Mk Is were delivered to 26th Squadron at RAF Gatwick in February 1942 and made their first combat debut on 10 May 1942. With their long range and excellent low altitude performance, they were employed effectively for tactical reconnaissance and ground attack duties over the English Channel, but were thought to be limited as a fighter due to their poor performance above 15,000 feet, or 4,600 meters. The first American order for 150 P-51s designated NA-91 by North American were placed by the Army on 7 July 1940, with 2 XP-51s model 41 or serial 41038 and 039 set aside for testing arrived at Wright Field on 24 August and 16 December 1941 respectively. The relatively small size of this first order reflected the fact that the United States Army Air Corps was still a relatively small, underfunded peacetime organization. After the attack on Pearl Harbor, priority had been given to building as many of the existing fighters, P-38s, P-39s, P-40s, as possible, while simultaneously training pilots and other personnel, which meant that the evaluation of the XP-51 did not begin immediately. However, this did not mean that the XP-51s were neglected. or their testing evaluation mishandled. The 150 NA-91s were designated P-51 by the newly formed United States Army Air Force and were initially named Apache, although this was soon dropped and the RAF name Mustang adopted instead. It was quickly evident that the Mustang's performance, although exceptional up to 15,000 feet, was markedly reduced at higher altitudes. The single-speed, single-stage supercharger fitted to the Allison V1710 engine had been designed to produce its maximum power at low altitude. Above 15,000 feet, the supercharger's critical altitude rating, the power dropped off rapidly. In spite of this, the Mustang's advanced aerodynamics proved to be an advantage, as the Mustang Mk I was about 30 miles per hour faster than its contemporary Curtiss P-40 fighters, using the same engine. The Mustang Mk I was 30 miles per hour faster than the Spitfire Mk V-C at 5,000 feet, and 35 miles per hour faster at 15,000 feet, despite the British aircraft's more powerful engine. In mid-1941, the 93rd and 102nd airframes from the N91 order were slated to be set aside and fit tested with the Rolls-Royce Merlin engine. The addition of the Merlin engine to the P-51B and C model transformed the Mustang performance at altitudes above 15,000 feet. It matched or bettered that of any existing Luftwaffe aircraft. In game, the Mustang Mk I is one of the most heavily armed aircraft in the game, with 4 20mm Hispano cannons with 125 rounds per cannon for a total amount of 500 rounds. This fighter is highly potent against bombers and enemy fighters, where its decent turning speed allows it to quickly slot into and on enemy tails. So I have purchased many premium aircraft. I wouldn't say many, several. And the Mustang Mk I by far is the only one that I can say, yeah, I'm really glad I got that aircraft. The flight model for this aircraft is completely different from the P-51s in the American tree. It's using my Logitech Extreme 3D Pro. This aircraft is much more stable and easier to fly than the P-51s in the American tree. If the P-51s in the American tree had the flight model that this one had, I would fly them all the time. But they don't, so I hardly ever fly them. But I would recommend that if you want to spend some Golden Eagles and you have them to spend and you're looking for a premium aircraft to get, I would say this is a nice one to get. I've enjoyed it, and if you take my recommendation and spend it and don't like it, I'm sorry, and if you do, I told you so. So, that being said, why don't we hop into a game and see exactly what we can do with the British Mustang Mk I. Alright, let's see what we can do with the Mustang Mk I. Okay, we picked up 2 towns. Okay, here we go. Mustang Mark I-A British Premium. By far my favorite Mustang in the game. If the other Mustangs flew as well as this one does, I would be using Mustangs all the time, but the American Mustangs fly like crap, at least with the joystick. Everything that I say is in reference to the joystick. So, mouse and keyboard, totally different. Come down on this BF 109. And totally screwed that up. Come on. Give it here. Give it here. Give it here. There we go. Let's reload. I totally screwed that first approach up. 47 down below, because he is trying to come up after me. Okay. I don't have very much altitude. BF 109. Come on. Go into a barrel roll. It was a 109K. It was coming after me in that head-on. got him. What do we got behind me? P-63, as soon as my cannons are back up. Okay. American P-51. Not going to do a head-on with him. Family's home from the pool. Ouch, that hurt. Let's see if we can get her on the ground. Oh, that was a horrible, horrible landing. We've got 32 seconds before we repair. I don't know if I can survive on the runway for that long. Bunch of enemy fighters around, 17 seconds. Hopefully I can get off the ground. Somewhere there is, it's B-17 up above me. I'm not going to worry about that right this minute. A6 M5 directly ahead of me. Oh, he got taken out. Oh, okay. So let's see. what we ended up with. Nine aircraft destroyed. We got the Final Blow, we got the Survivor Award, Terror of the Sky, and the Balancer. Okay, so Final Blow has delivered the final blow. That's kind of obvious. Terror of the Sky destroyed the most air targets. Survivor didn't lose any aircraft and destroyed the most air targets. And Balancer destroyed the most vehicles, one rank higher than his own. Okay, statistics: 9 enemy aircraft down. Okay, we're going to save this, probably get some good footage off of it. Alright, so that was a quick look at the Mustang Mark I British Premium. I would suggest if you're going to spend some money to buy an aircraft, that this would be the one. I really wish the American Mustangs would fly as well as this one does. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked the video, like it. If you didn't, don't. Subscribe if you would. But as always, thanks for watching. Nerd out.